Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Burnt Church. I hope everybody's having a good day. You can see it's a hot day here. I've been out here working around in the garden and I'm burning up. I found the shade right here right now. But I've had a lot of comments on some of my other electroculture videos. But I'm going to try to make it as straight as I can in this video about the electroculture. Or at least the way I understand it. I've had people wanting to know which way the coil goes. Is it clockwise from the ground up or counterclockwise from the ground up? And maybe I'll be able to explain that to you in this video. And I'm going to show you some of the electroculture that we've got going on here. So hang around a few minutes and maybe I can clear it up the best I understand. Now, I'm no expert at this, but I can tell you what I know. If you're new here, I'd like to ask you to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. But more important, leave me a comment because I love to hear from you. And I will try my best to answer every comment. So right here is an electroculture coil. Now it's not one that I'm using. This is out of a bigger, heavier piece of wire that I've made to where maybe it will show up better on the video. This would be the end that I'm sticking in the ground. It would go in the ground like this. And it is wrapped clockwise in an upward motion. You can see it's clockwise going up through here. And up here would be the top. All right, looking down from the top, this is the top, looking down at it. It's still coiled in a clockwise position. So either way you look at it, from the top down, it should be clockwise. Or if you look at it from the bottom up, it should be clockwise. So let's go over here and take a look at our electroculture right here on this corn. Now this electroculture right here is turned the wrong direction. It's counterclockwise. So this counterclockwise one is right here. And this corn is roughly probably about 7 feet tall. On average, this right here by this is a little shorter than the rest of the row. Not a lot, but just a little. We'll go down here and look at another set of corn that's got the coils turned in the right direction and see if there's any difference. So right here is the coils next to this corn. And they're turned clockwise. The corn here, where these coils are turned clockwise, it's just a little bit taller. Not a lot, maybe a few inches taller. But the ears seems to be bigger here, just a little bit, not by a lot. Looks to be maybe more ears on this corn compared to down there, but that could just be an accident. So I can't tell if it's really made any difference, the coil being turned clockwise or counterclockwise. So later on, we're going to try to do a taste test on this corn. We're going to taste this that's had the electroculture on it, and we'll taste some that hasn't had the electroculture and see if there's any difference in taste. As of right now, on this corn, I'm not seeing much difference between the growth. The electroculture don't seem to have made it grow any different than where there's not electroculture. That's on this corn. There's other places that I'm still up in the air on. I'll show you a couple of them now. So right here is an electroculture on these cucumbers. And these cucumbers right here by it are outgrowing these cucumbers over here away from it. You can see these here 3 are a lot smaller than these 2. These are bushed out more. And the rest of the cucumbers are the same way. I'll take you down here and show you a lot bigger electroculture, and you can look at those cucumbers and compare them with these. All the ones that we're comparing are the same age. Here on this electroculture, you can see these cucumbers are just going wild. They're a lot bushier and taller and a lot healthier looking than some of the ones that we just walked by. Now that yellow you see over here behind it, that's some white beans. They're turning yellow. It's not these cucumbers. They're doing fine. We're going to do a taste test on the cucumbers as well as soon as some of these others have some cucumbers. As of right now, these cucumbers I have picked 2 or 3 times, and the other ones the same age as them, I haven't got a cucumber off of them yet. As soon as they start producing, we're going to do a taste test on them. Here is some of our tomato plants that is next to this giant electroculture. And they are loaded up with tomatoes. Now they're not very tall, but we are struggling with our tomatoes this year. Right here is some tomato plants that don't have any electroculture on them. And they look bad, I'll just be honest. They've got some kind of disease. The ones down there that I showed you a minute ago with the electroculture, the disease has stunted them some, but it don't seem to have hurt them as bad. Now right here is some tomato plants. They're a different variety than those with the big electroculture, and they're taller. Now they are in a little bit more of a shade here, but you can see they don't seem to be loaded up as much as those with the electroculture. You see how small these squash here are? And then right here, look how big. Here's the only difference. That electroculture is the only difference that this squash has compared to these others. Well, I hope this helps some of you. Like I said, I've had several questions wanting to know about the direction of the coil. It's the same from the top as from the bottom. From the bottom looking up, it'll be clockwise. And from the top looking down, it'll be clockwise. So that's the way I understand it. In the northern hemisphere, you want a clockwise wind on your coils. So maybe this has helped. I thank you for watching. I pray God blesses you, and I'll see you in the next one.